The US secretly manipulates gold, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity if you know how to seize it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Investment Intelligence. If you've been following the financial markets, you must have noticed something unusual. Gold prices have been skyrocketing in recent days. But this is no coincidence. A silent yet extremely dangerous currency war is unfolding right before our eyes. For decades, the US has leveraged the dollar to dominate the global financial system. They print money without limits, manipulate interest rates, and force other nations to depend on the USD. However, this system is now starting to crack. Major economies like China, Russia, and Japan have recognized the risks and are quickly moving away from the dollar-based financial structure. They are dumping U.S. bonds, stockpiling gold at an unprecedented scale, and preparing for a historic shift. But what's even more shocking is that the U.S. is secretly hoarding gold on a massive scale. This process is so discreet and extensive that very few people have even noticed. But why would a country that controls the economy through the dollar suddenly start accumulating gold? Could they be preparing for a revolutionary change in the global financial system? We cannot ignore this critical fact. Whenever a financial empire collapses, those who fail to catch the trend suffer the most. If you still believe that keeping money in the bank or holding cash is safe, you may be making a serious mistake. Take a look at history. Every time a major financial transition happens, wealth shifts from those who are uninformed to those with vision. We are entering an era where currency is losing its value at an alarming rate. Inflation is surging, governments are printing money recklessly, and gold has become the only true safe haven. This will not only impact governments and large investors, but also every individual and business caught in the storm of economic volatility. So, the most important question now is, why is gold becoming the ultimate weapon in this financial war? Where will gold prices go in the coming years? What must you do immediately to protect your assets before the financial storm hits? Let's dive into the details right now. If you're interested in this topic, leave a comment saying, "I'm interested." Hit like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the most crucial updates on global financial trends. We are standing at the brink of one of the biggest financial transformations in history. Act now, because once-in-a-lifetime opportunities don't come twice. If you want to understand how the U.S. manipulates the gold market, you must first look back at how our country has controlled the global financial system for decades. The U.S. dollar is not only an international means of payment, but also the most powerful financial weapon Washington uses to maintain its dominance. It all began with the Bretton Woods Agreement in 1944, when the U.S. established a global financial order centered around the USD. At that time, the US dollar was backed by gold, creating a solid foundation of trust in its value worldwide. However, in 1971, everything changed when President Richard Nixon unexpectedly abolished the gold standard. This move not only turned the USD into a fiat currency with no intrinsic value, but also allowed the US to print money without limits, fund wars, manipulate the global economy, and usher in a new financial era based on political and military power rather than actual monetary value. From this point forward, the U.S. began using monetary policy as a tool for global control. Every time the Federal Reserve Fed adjusts its monetary policies, the global economy experiences turmoil. History has repeatedly proven this through major events. In 1981, Fed Chairman Paul Volcker raised interest rates to nearly 19% to curb inflation. As a result, many Latin American economies fell into debt crises, leading to prolonged financial instability. In 1994, the Fed abruptly raised interest rates, triggering the Mexican financial crisis, causing the peso to plummet and forcing Mexico to seek IMF assistance. In 1998, the Russian financial crisis erupted when Russia could no longer repay its USD-denominated debt, largely due to U.S. monetary policies. In 2008, after the global financial crisis, the U.S. slashed interest rates to near 0%, forcing other nations into a competitive monetary easing race, which created massive asset bubbles. Between 2022 and 2023, the Fed aggressively raised interest rates from 0.25% to over 5.5% to control inflation. This caused severe declines in many national currencies. The Japanese yen hit its lowest level in 34 years. The South Korean won plunged, putting pressure on the country's economy. The euro weakened against the USD, reducing Europe's competitiveness. However, as we move into 2024-2025, the Fed has begun considering interest rate cuts, and many believe that this currency war is coming to an end. But in reality, this is just the beginning of a much more sophisticated plan. By 2025, we are witnessing a familiar scenario, but this time, the US is not just manipulating the dollar. They are also taking control of the gold market. One undeniable fact is becoming increasingly clear. The United States is quietly making a return to gold. One of the most obvious signs of this shift is that several states in the U.S. have officially recognized gold as legal tender. This is not merely a policy change, but rather a strategic move of historic significance, a signal that gold is reclaiming its former status, just like before 1971, when it served as the backing asset for the U.S. dollar. Gold was once the backbone of the global monetary system before 1971, when the US dollar was still tied to the gold standard. However, after this system was abandoned, the US began leveraging its political and military power to maintain the dollar's dominance. But now, it seems Washington is preparing for a new scenario, where gold could once again play a more significant role. If trust in the US dollar weakens, America could still maintain its financial power through gold. This is one of the key reasons why gold prices have been hitting record highs, especially in 2025. These financial shifts are not only impacting governments, but also forcing global financial elites to adjust their strategies. One key figure in this transformation is Elon Musk, who has always been highly attuned to financial trends. In 2023, Musk publicly criticized the Federal Reserve for raising interest rates too aggressively, pushing the U.S. economy into recession. However, by 2025, as gold prices soared, Tesla discreetly acquired a large amount of gold to protect its assets. This is a clear indication that even the sharpest financial minds no longer see the US dollar as an absolute safe haven as they once did. It's not just billionaires. Entire nations are adjusting their financial policies as well. China, Japan, and Russia have all significantly reduced their holdings of U.S. Treasury bonds, while accelerating their gold accumulation at an unprecedented rate. The People's Bank of China has sold over $300 billion worth of U.S. Treasuries in just a few years, while its gold purchases have hit record levels. Russia and Japan are also bolstering their gold reserves, gradually reducing their dependence on the U.S. dollar. Major investment funds are shifting capital from bonds to gold, leading to a remarkable financial shift. Could the U.S. return to the gold standard? If the global currency war continues to intensify, one possible scenario is that the U.S. could officially return to the gold standard, or at the very least, use gold to partially back the dollar's value. If this happens, the consequences would be immense. 1. Gold holders would see massive profits. 2. Those who rely on cash or bonds would face severe financial losses. 3. Countries heavily dependent on the US dollar would be at unprecedented risk. Throughout history, gold has always been considered a store of value, not just because of its scarcity, but also due to humanity's unwavering trust in its stability. During times of economic expansion, gold may seem insignificant, but whenever a crisis emerges, capital flows into gold as a safe haven asset. It's not just nations. Top investment funds like Vanguard and Bridgewater Associates are also restructuring their portfolios, significantly increasing their gold holdings. This is not just a temporary shift, but a clear indication that confidence in the US dollar is waning. The US is not only accumulating gold at an unprecedented scale, but is also executing strategic moves to control the global gold market. One of the most notable actions has been raising import taxes on gold, forcing global traders to rush gold shipments into the US before the policy takes effect. This has created massive volatility in the global gold market, yet at the same time, it has given the US a significant advantage by solidifying its gold reserves. Currently, the US holds over 9,000 tons of gold, the largest stockpile in the world, not to mention the thousands of tons stored at the Federal Reserve on behalf of other nations. This raises an important question. Is the U.S. preparing for a major transformation of the global financial system? Another sign that gold is becoming a key strategic asset is the changing approach of legendary investors. Warren Buffett, who once doubted gold's value, has now adopted a completely different stance. In 2021, Buffett shocked the market by purchasing shares in a major gold mining company, a move completely contrary to his past investment philosophy. By 2025, he had further expanded his gold investments, proving that even the most seasoned investors now see gold as an essential hedge against financial uncertainty. Not just Buffett, but Ray Dalio, the founder of Bridgewater Associates, the world's largest hedge fund, has also warned that the current financial system is becoming increasingly fragile. He advises investors to allocate at least 10% of their assets into gold to protect against economic downturns and rising inflation. With governments continuing to inject money into the economy, his advice has become more relevant than ever. Beyond accumulating gold, the U.S. is also making critical legal adjustments to lay the groundwork for a systematic shift. Currently, several states in the U.S. have officially recognized gold as legal tender, meaning that gold can now be used in transactions without being converted into U.S. dollars. This is not a random policy change, but a deliberate step toward a potential return to a gold-backed monetary system. If this happens, it will send shockwaves through the global financial system, and the role of the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency will come under serious scrutiny. Recent market trends suggest that not only governments and major investment funds, but also individual investors are shifting their assets into gold. If this trend continues, we could witness gold's resurgence not just as a safe haven asset, but as the core of a new financial system. The world is gradually moving away from its reliance on the US dollar. And the biggest question now is, who will gain the upper hand in the next monetary revolution? The world is entering an unprecedented gold rush, and the U.S. is leading the game. As Washington officially ties the dollar to gold, major economies cannot afford to stand by. They are forced to accelerate gold accumulation to avoid falling behind in the new financial order. The result is a global race to hoard gold, pushing prices to record highs, potentially reaching $4,000, $6,000 per ounce in this decade. Every time a major power returns to the gold standard, history has proven that gold prices soar. This time, with the U.S. taking the lead, the impact will be even more widespread and powerful. Not only governments, but also the ultra-wealthy are making strategic moves. Top billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Mark Cuban, who once focused on technology and cryptocurrencies, are now shifting toward gold. This is not just a simple investment decision, but a move to prepare for a new financial system. Elon Musk, a figure known for bold investments in Bitcoin and Dogecoin, shocked the market by spending billions of dollars on gold in 2025. This indicates that even the most innovative minds now recognize gold not only as a safe haven, but also as a critical strategic asset. Warren Buffett, the legendary investor who once dismissed gold, has not only acquired gold, but has also invested in major mining companies like Newmont Corporation. What should investors do amid major financial market fluctuations? As the world faces financial storms such as soaring inflation, public debt crises, and geopolitical conflicts, those without a clear financial plan will soon be caught in a whirlwind of losses. On the other hand, those with a solid strategy will know how to leverage market volatility to build wealth. Gold has long been the safest asset during periods of crisis. Ray Dalio, founder of Bridgewater Associates, has recommended that every investor should allocate at least 7 to 12% of their assets to gold to safeguard their portfolio from market turmoil. However, investing in gold requires preparation. If buying physical gold, investors must consider storage and liquidity factors. If opting for gold ETFs or futures contracts, they need to understand market mechanisms and monetary policies of major economies. That said, putting all assets into gold is not a wise strategy. A well-balanced investment portfolio should include technology stocks, real estate, and other highly liquid assets. Flexibility in investing is crucial. You must always be ready to adjust your portfolio as market conditions change. Moreover, closely monitoring U.S. financial policies and those of major central banks is essential. If the U.S. officially returns to the gold standard, the dollar will experience significant shifts, leading to adjustments across the entire global financial market. When that happens, gold prices could enter a super cycle, offering enormous profits for those with foresight and timely action. However, opportunities do not come twice. If you hesitate, by the time the market explodes, all that will be left for you is regret. Conversely, if you have a clear plan and make the right decisions at the right time, you will not only protect your assets, but also potentially double or even triple their value during market volatility. Your financial future is shaped by the decisions you make right now. The best time to act is not tomorrow, it is right now. In the financial world, only those who take control of their cash flow truly master the game. If you've made it this far, leave a comment saying, "I watched till the end," so I know you're truly invested in changing your life. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts and questions in the comments. Your feedback is the driving force that helps us create even more valuable content in the future. If you found this video helpful, make sure to follow the channel, turn on notifications, and share it with your friends and family so they don't miss out on this crucial information. I sincerely wish success and financial freedom to everyone who has supported this video. If even one small idea from this video helps shift your mindset or improve your life, that alone makes it all worthwhile for me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.